So this is called Backstory, right? The series. And this poem has a backstory. It started in a workshop with, I bet Cece there, you know who Mark Strand is, don't you? Maybe some other people know too. He was one of the great immortal poets of the second half of the 20th century. And he's not that immortal now because he's dead, but he's a great poet. And so I brought in the first part of this poem, and he gave me some very interesting advice. This was a kind of fantasy about a woman imagining a man who lived alone on the moon, a sort of mythical creature. He had goat feet in the original. And so it was all about this man who couldn't exist. And he said to me, Mark, he said, you know, I don't think what's interesting in this is this mythical character who couldn't exist. What's interesting is the woman, the psyche of the woman who is haunted by or obsessed by the idea of a male creature who lives on the moon. So you're going to hear this sudden turn in the poem where it stops being about the man and it becomes about the woman. There's 3 sections. I'm going to pause between each section. Some stories about the moon. If a woman lies naked in moonlight, she's asking for trouble. She'll dream of plains with riderless horses and craters sending off light. The winter night will seem uncannily warm. She'll remember words she thought she'd forgotten and speak them in her sleep. She'll sigh. She'll reach out for something, but it will be only the shining air she pulls into her arms. He always has something gold, a gold tooth, for example, or a tattoo of a candle flame, a gold watch with only one arm and that one pointing at midnight. He knows 6 words of English: penumbra, eclipse, and equatorial tide, forewarned and foreshadowed. He uses them sparingly. The shadow of his coat forms a map of a continent that is always in darkness. The shadows of his shoes seem furtive, the way they hide under his feet. His hands rest on his thighs, small mammals sleeping with one eye open. When he observes a woman, she feels his gaze, a coolness, a careless stir in the air as if she were walking half-dressed over miles of white sand. Later, she'll realize he was only that dream she woke from once. She had risen and moved toward the window, noticed how silent the moon looked, as if it were submerged in water, a tide pool, a well no one goes to. If she loved the moon a little, she'd walk in its shallow light. If she loved it to the fullest, she'd drown. In the shifting, inaudible music of night coming on, she returns home by foot, and the moon comes around. The round mirror in her purse signals from its bright and black sides. What trails behind her, she wonders, moving, flowing like malted milk bleached to a shine. She walks faster. What rose through its sheathing of mineral grains-filled spar slides over shadows with a step like unsettled leaves following who from her past catching up with her. When she enters her room, she feels someone has been there. Or is there now, trailing a dark, sweet odor like licorice seed, like sexual confession, the leavings or portent. On the other side of the window, the moon drops from its vapors smooth, with an edge licked away. And what happens next? Nothing, and nothing more. She is only another woman alone in a rented room, wanting the unreasonable, the extravagant to burst like a cache of pirate treasure, stolen, spilling gold as lunar light. Just another woman like that. No doubt you've heard of such cases through rumors, the old stories. They live in cities, these women, and eat in coffee shops. For them, the earth is not enough. They want the moon. Okay. Thank you. Thank you.